teed up, and we are underway from Glendale. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Seahawks set to go on offense here, and it is the Pro Bowler Geno Smith at quarterback, Charles, in his 12th NFL season.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Plays like that will really help this offense settle in here on the road.
And when you go on the road, you also have to deal with the fans as well. And when you have those types of runs, that'll settle them back into their seats.
Back to Walker on first down. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 more on that one and another first down. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first two plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
And good work there in open space, and he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 44 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork, right?
Touchdown, Seahawks! Noah Fant. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Escaping a tackler at the 25. And able to get this out to the 25. The Cardinals offense heading out, and they do so behind Kyler Murray, their dynamic quarterback in his 6th season now from Oklahoma.
And when you have a guy like Kyler Murray under center, it not only opens up your playbook, it allows you to draw up even more plays because he's among the best dual-threat quarterbacks in the league and a true playmaker. If flushed out of the pocket, he might even be more dangerous. The next step for him, being able to throw on rhythm and deliver from the pocket.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the veteran workhorse. Here's James Conner. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Now that's how you start a drive. Not only do you pick up a first down, You do it on a chunk play, big yardage, and now you put a little bit of a dent in the confidence of the defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Murray now. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
3.5 to go, first quarter. To throw is Murray. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
On 1st and 10 is Connor, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Murray. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And this is exactly the kind of drive you're hoping for out of the gates. They're mixing the run and the pass well, keeping this defense off balance early. And they're on the march here with another first down.
Here's Murray. Pass complete there to Harrison. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Murray. That's caught. Hits the tight end Lyman. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Tip Lyman from 17 yards out. And the Cardinals are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Chad Ryland now to add the PAT. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
Seven, our score after one. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. They'll toss this out right to Walker. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Now Smith. Able to get away. And that is incomplete. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Greg George deep for Arizona. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Caught on the right side by Jones. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now, I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Murray going to throw. He'll get that complete to Harrison. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And just nowhere to go for Connor. Defense gets to him, and they mark him short. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Back deep is Jalen Darden. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. We'll get that to Charbonnet. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Now he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And here comes Dortch on the return. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Shotgun now for Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's Blake Gillikin now. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Hey, Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Back to throw, Smith. Throw left side, complete. That's Brown. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now Geno. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down.
It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Geno now to throw. Going deep for Walker. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. From the gun, here's Smith. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Myers' kick is good.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And you know what I think the defense is saying back to them? Why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, putting some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 2. Here's Connor on the read option.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Again, a run with Connor. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And now Murray's going to set up the throw. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards he needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
Here's Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Murray a give. This is Connor.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Connor up the middle. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has the better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Well, obviously you can take the field goal here and tie it, or you can be gutsy. What are you doing?
Oh, man, come on. Let's be gutsy. Let's go get it, because to me, after this drive in this spot, a field goal feels like a disappointment. Go get it done, and let your team know you're with them.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick, I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba.
And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught, and some room to work. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Smith. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 77 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Flushed out right. And he's got this down to the 35. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
They'll try the air now with Smith.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. Throwing is Smith. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down.
Third and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That fifth defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
The Cardinals offense and their veteran running back James Conner ready for this next possession. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Murray now to throw.
Got his man. It's Dortch.
First target, first catch, and a first down. They run behind center with Conner. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
91 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
They'll fake it to Conner. Now Murray.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe. And nowhere to hide on that play.
No, there was not, because every exit door, that was surrounded. And I think that was supposed to be a bootleg, but he had no chance to get outside the pocket and try and make a play.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Play action. Now it's Murray. The pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Derek Hall able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long.
To throw is Murray. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
Now Murray's got to have this one. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 30. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Back to throw. Murray. Screen pass to Connor. Well, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Here's a handoff to Connor. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here now, 3rd down.
To throw is Murray.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And this one is right through. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here's 1st and 10. Smith to throw.
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Smith's going to throw it. Man open downfield. It's Metcalf.
And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. The extra point now coming from Myers. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Cardinal offense takes back over. Here's first down.
Murray to throw. Being chased down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Boye Mafe
In there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Two timeouts still available. Keep that in mind. Here's first and 10.
Now Murray.
He's got Connor.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, going to be tough to get 2 plays out of this. This could very well be it.
Murray, one final try. This to possibly force OT.
This ball intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
Of course, the game can end with a defensive penalty, so they'll get one more crack.
So now you get an untimed play, which should be the last one, unless...
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Well, it came down to the final play in such a close ball game. What a game it was, but they can't get that last throw off. Good job by that defense to get in there for the sack to seal it.
And for fans watching the game, a little bit anticlimactic, don't you think, partner? Not even able to get off one last throw to see how it would have turned out. Instead, pass rush got to him and ended it that way.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.